Happy GAQA Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, magical, wonderful Tuesday. I know I am. This girl is exhausted. I had my first day of work today and it went fantastically. I had an absolute blast, even though I was busy from 7 till 4. I was absolutely crazy. We are doing the new floor set, so we had to tear down things and put new clothes away and put new things out. It was just a mess. But I was busy and it made the time go by fast because I wasn't like, I'm just sitting there waiting for like a customer to come in or, you know, for me to do something. Like there's going to be something that's always going to need to be done, which I love. I love to be busy. I love to be occupied because I have ADD, and if you don't keep me busy, then I'm going to start, I don't know, drawing on the walls or something. I don't know. But it was an absolute blast, but I am exhausted. Like I forgot what it's like to do that every day. And while I won't have to do it every day, I do have to do it for the next few days. And it's just going to take some getting used to, but I'm super excited that I'm going to love it. And I can't wait to go back tomorrow. But I told you guys that I was going to continue to do my videos. They may be done in my pajamas, and by God, they're done in my pajamas. That's how it's going to happen today. I am going to do this video and cook dinner, and my happy butt is going to bed because I am whipped. And I have got to get up early and do it all over again tomorrow. So we are not here to talk about crazy first days at work or cute comfy plaid PJs. We are here for GAQA Tuesday, where I answer all of your Ghost Adventures related questions that you guys ask me all up on the Facebook page. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. One, because I think it's really cool to talk about, and two, because I'm exhausted. And it makes it easy and quick and short, sweet, and to the point. So we watch Ghost Adventures every week. And every week we get introduced to all sorts of new equipment that is featured on the show. And this equipment has to come from somewhere. So today for GAQA Tuesday, it's going to be like, it's really going to be Ghost Adventures Crash Course Tuesday, because we are going to talk briefly about a couple of different people that have been featured on Ghost Adventures, or who are regularly featured on Ghost Adventures with their equipment that the guys used during an investigation. First and foremost, we are going to start with Bill Chappell. Now, a little bit of background on Bill. He has spent most of his career as a robotics engineer and a college professor. He was then asked to create a device that could communicate with the dead. He's a huge skeptic, but he thought it was amusing and he'd go along with it. However, his views on the paranormal and his life changed forever in April of 2007 when he went to Waverly Hills Sanatorium and debuted the Paranormal Puck. And it was a success, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do, and it created this environment and a way for spirits to communicate, and it was something that he could not explain, nor could anyone else around him explain. Since then, he's created over 40 devices for the paranormal world, including the Paranormal Puck, the Ovilus, the PX device, and the EM Vortex, to name a few. We also seen him, we also got to see his ITC device that was used in last week's episode at Manresa Castle, and before that we got introduced to a new device called the Pilfer. And all of these devices are created as means to communicate with the spirit world, and not one of them has ever let us down. They are amazing. I love the Ovilus. Personally, it's one of my favorites just because of the databases that the spirits can use to communicate, and you can actually hear a voice and have a word. I really, really, really like the Ovilus. In October of 2014, he signed a contracted agreement with Ghost Adventures to be their paranormal engineer. I think this did a really good thing for Ghost Adventures for a couple of reasons. I think it gives us credibility. It gives the show credibility as a real thing. It's not a staged event. It's not fake. It's not, you know, an entertainment show. It's a real show. It gives it more of a documentary style vibe, which the guys have always strived for. They've kept the crew small. They've brought in people to help them. They've consulted people. They've counseled people. But it's always, at the end of the day, been the four of them on an investigation. They've had people come in. They've had Bill come in before. But at the end of the day, 90% of the time, it is Billy and Jay and Zach and Aaron, and that's it. And these devices. I think it gave the paranormal world a little bit more of a solid footing in the scientific department. You are now creating instruments to capture paranormal activity. It's not just a camera and a digital recorder anymore. These are high-tech, top-of-the-line investigative tools that are opening the paranormal world up even more. And so I think it's just a really good thing, and I think it's amazing that we have such a really awesome, brilliant guy in our corner, and I can't wait to see what he does next. Another guy that we're going to talk about very briefly that has made, I think, a big impact in the paranormal world, as well as has had an impact on Ghost Adventures, is Gary Golka. Now, Gary's venture into the paranormal is unfortunately a very sad one. In 2004, his daughter Melissa was coming home, and she was just a short distance from home, and she was in a car accident, and it took her life. She was 17 years old, and overcome with grief, they started experiencing activity in the house, and they wanted to communicate with Melissa. And so Gary, having a little bit of an engineering background, created what is known as the MEL meter. MEL is short for Melissa. The MEL meter is a very well-known piece of paranormal equipment. It's been used in several investigations by several investigative teams. It's kind of like a go-to device. You kind of all have a MEL meter. And the guys have used it on Ghost Adventures on many occasions, and they've even done a special episode at the Golka family home during Melissa's birthday, which also happens to be on Valentine's Day. And that was one of the hardest episodes that I've ever had to watch of Ghost Adventures. Because it was personal. It wasn't an abandoned building. It wasn't an old prison. It wasn't a sanatorium where crazy people live. This was someone's home, and they were communicating with their daughter. Some people may find it morbid. Some people may find it weird. Some people may find it different. But I see it as a grief-stricken father has found a way to communicate with his daughter. And a daughter has found a way to let her family know that she's okay. And I think that any grieving parent, that's all they want to know. I think in order to understand it, you have to be able to relate to the family. And you can't do that unless you have lost a child or you have been in a family who's lost a child. And so it hit home personally for me because I watched my parents go through that. I went through that. My little brother passed away when he was 21 months old and I was 6. And I watched my family go through the process of grief and despair and wanting nothing more than to have their little boy back. And they couldn't. And so I think that it's one of those situations is if you have the opportunity, take it. And they have taken full advantage of that. And some people think it's really weird and some people think it's really wrong. And I think it's brilliant because it's helping them be okay with her death as much as they can be. And I think it's a really great thing because they're not only helping themselves, but they're helping everyone in the paranormal world be able to reach out to their loved ones and being able to have contact with someone that they've lost. So I wanted to make it short and sweet today. I wanted to talk about these two guys briefly because I think that they are doing really great things for the paranormal world and they're doing really great things for the show. When it comes to Ghost Adventures as a show, especially Bill Chappell, he is stepping up and creating device after device after device that are not letting us down. And if they do need to be tweaked, they need to be tweaked, but he comes back bigger and better and even more amazing. And it's giving us this really awesome experience and it's making it feel even more real. and it's giving it a more genuine vibe, even more so than it always has, but it's giving it more of this documentary style feel. It's giving it more of this educational feel, and I love that because I learn things watching Ghost Adventures just as I get the crap scared out of me. So I can't wait to see what he continues to do for the show and for the paranormal world. But that is all I have for GAQA Tuesday. I will be back tomorrow at some point for What Should I Do Wednesday, where I answer all of your general paranormal related questions that you guys ask me all up on the Facebook page. So go ahead and start getting those submitted now. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, much love and happiness. Bye guys.